Okay, we just made it here. It's time to get the little munchkin. What do you think? You look a little grumpy. You ready to get out of the car? You had enough? Have you had enough? Premium campsite and ended up in Loop 1300, which is Tumbleweed Turn. This is about right in the middle of the campground. Our first impression was tighter than we thought it would be. The sites were large though, they were 18 by 60, so plenty of room for vehicles and the camper. But we did have a little trouble backing in from the trees and small fences that were around each site. Also, beware of how far you back in because our power is in the back of our RV and we didn't reach the electric and had to attach and move up. There is decent privacy between each site. Our site was on the inside loop and backed up to greenery, but across from us they backed up to the creek. The most convenient thing about the park is that you can catch the direct boat to Magic Kingdom, but you might want a golf cart because the campground is 750 acres. We met my parents who were staying at Wilderness Lodge for dinner at Whispering Canyon Cafe. I was so happy the Christmas decorations were still up. This tree is so pretty. We originally booked this trip for marathon weekend, but since it was virtual, we just ran the 5K around the campground, and then it was off to Epcot for Festival of the Arts.
Yeah, they got like soccer. You were trying to convince me to put on shorts and t-shirt.
Well, yeah, but now
I would have been dying. I would have been like, anybody wants?
We took a break from eating and drinking to ride the Skyliner to Disney's newest hotel, the Riviera, to explore and take a break from wearing our masks around the park. The Skyliner was easy to navigate, fast, and a simple way to get from one area to another. To catch it from Epcot, just exit out the back from World Showcase and around France. You can also use the Skyliner to get from Art of Animation, Pop Century, Caribbean Beach, and Hollywood Studios. We would definitely recommend.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
yeah, I like these. They have a little water.
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Epcot International Gateway. We're flying to Disney.
And this is how we ended our day. We are taking the trail to the boat to Magic Kingdom. This will be Tucker's first day in the parks. We decided it would be fun to try and see how it compared to driving and taking the boat or monorail from the transportation center. You can get to the boat faster with a golf cart, and Disney's site says you can rent them for $63 a day. And once Tucker gets older, we will definitely be looking at adding that to our stay. We waited less than 5 minutes each time for the boat, so that made it quick and easy. The ride to Magic Kingdom took about 15 minutes. A note to those with strollers, the larger double-decker boats, we didn't need to fold up the stroller, but on the way home we had a small boat and in a panic had to get him out and fold everything up. I was so happy to see the Christmas decorations still up because they all came down a couple days later. Tucker's first ride, of course, Dumbo. Last ride of the day and he passed out for Pirates. We headed straight to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railcar to make sure we got the new ride in. It did not disappoint. So cute. It was time to head to Star Wars Land.
The Resistance desperately needs your help in our fight against Kylo Ren and the First Order. Remember, it is vital that you keep the location of the Bukhara base secret. Lieutenant Beck, one of our top commanders, will lead you.
Affirmative. Stand back from those doors.
You will continue to the right.
But ultimately hopeless. There's nowhere to run. You'll destroy this, and then I will destroy you in the Resistance.
We then ventured over to Toy Story Land to ride Slinky Dog Dash. We waited for Rock and Roller Coaster, but it broke down, so it was time for a beer and pretzel at Baselines. With all the new things at Hollywood Studios, we didn't have time for my favorite ride, Tower of Terror, though. What's your favorite ride? Let me know down below in the comments.
Already been scored.
We had reservations at Oga's Cantina, and this was a highlight of the trip. Even missed some of the Saints football game to be here. The drinks were strange but good. That foam made my mouth tingly. I took a walk to Crockett's Tavern to grab food and drinks for the Saints game. It was a great end to the day. Time to get wild at Animal Kingdom. Yak and Yeti is one of our favorite restaurants at Disney. Someone did not hang through lunch. It was time to travel to Pandora. This world is so cool, and Flight of Passage was the shortest line I've ever seen. It was only a 15-minute wait, so we got on it real quick. We took Tucker on his first safari. I think he loved it.
So jumbo everyone, welcome to Kilimanjaro Safaris. My name is Ryan and I'll be your safari guide as we travel here through the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. On the way over, we're passing these grayish-white birds. Those are pink-backed pelican. They get their name from the pinkish colors that appears between their wings during mating season. Right now, though, we're getting up right next to this group of hippos. A group of them together is actually known as the Mutsugo. Now, these are the largest, or rather I should say tallest land mammals on Earth. They can grow 20 feet tall when fully grown, 1,000 pounds each. It is in that pink color they're known for. That color comes from their diet. It's mostly made up of dried shrimp, very rich in beta-carotene. Gonna go ahead and move a little bit further forward here, see if we can get a good view in of this female lioness all the way to the very front of the rocks.
Headed back to the RV for a quick break, and then it was on to Disney Springs. always sad when it's time to leave Disney, but our trip wasn't quite over. We're heading to Lake Louisa for a couple more days of Disney magic. Honestly, we were excited to leave Fort Wilderness, though, until COVID is over. With wearing a mask, even walking your dogs is not fun. I was even told to wear one while I was out for a run. But overall, we will definitely stay here again. You can't beat the price to stay on property and have your dogs with you. Stay tuned for our next video on Lake Louisa State Park.